Your phone lights up at 2:17 a.m. with a single notification, just a heart reaction to some girl's story. You smile, roll over, and go back to sleep. Except that tiny ping just cost you the entire game. Because while you're dreaming, her brain is running a cold, silent program that's been refined for 300,000 years. It scanned your reaction time, 11 minutes. Compared it to the 42 other guys who replied in under 60 seconds, subtracted points. Because you double texted last week and quietly moved you one slot lower on a list you'll never see. You think relationships are about love, loyalty, and effort. She's playing an algorithm that rewards distance, scarcity, and the faint possibility you might walk away tomorrow. And the worst part? The second you finally figure out the rules change because the code wasn't written for fairness. It was written for survival. Today I'm showing you the actual operating system running in her head in 2025, not the Disney version. Not the "we're all equal" lecture. The raw, unfiltered script that decides whether you're the prize, or just another notification she archived without opening. Fair warning, once you see how this machine really works, every sweet good morning text, every ignored message, every sudden cold streak will make perfect, brutal sense. You'll either level up forever, or you'll wish you never knew. But you're already here, so let's pull the curtain. Keep watching. You've been told men and women are basically the same, just socialized differently. That's the comforting lie they sell in school so nobody riots. Reality is simpler and colder. Your brain evolved to hunt mammoths, map territory, and protect the tribe. Problem comes in, gives scan, gives plan, gives fix, gives done. Linear, logical, forward-facing. Her brain evolved for something else entirely, keeping herself and her kids alive in a world where she was smaller, slower, and pregnant half the time. That meant one priority above everything: extract maximum resources and protection from the strongest male available, then lock him in before he figures out that he has options. That single directive never got deleted. It just got a software update for Instagram, OnlyFans, and universal basic attention. So while you're trying to build a future together, her system is quietly stress testing you 24/7 to see if you're still the best deal on the table. Not because she's evil. Because pregnancy used to be a 9-month death sentence if she chose wrong, and evolution doesn't care about your feelings or her personality quiz result. Strip away the makeup, the career, the strong independent captions, and you're left with the same ancient program running on every phone in 2025. If he stops being useful or replaceable, gives downgrade or delete. That's not theory. That's the operating system. And once you see it running in real time, you'll never unsee it again. But the truly terrifying part, she doesn't even know the code exists. She just feels the output as vibes and acts accordingly. Next, I'm going to show you the exact 4-line script that decides your rank in her phone. Every single second. And how one guy learned it the hard way when his wife of 12 years left the week his company finally hit 8 figures. Stay with me. Deep inside every woman's phone and brain, there's a background app nobody talks about. It never closes. It never sleeps. It's 4 variables that update thousands of times a day and spit out one decision: stay, upgrade, or ghost. Here they are. Read them once and you'll spot them running everywhere. Variable 1. How does this make me feel right now? Not tomorrow. Not next year. Right now. Your logical 5-year plan is irrelevant. If her stomach doesn't flutter in the next 30 seconds, the algorithm already docked you points. Variable 2. What can I pull from this situation? Attention, compliments, money, status, emotional labor, Instagram likes, whatever. The second the flow slows, red flags pop up. That's why the moment you stop overinvesting, she suddenly needs space. Variable 3. How do I rank against the other women today? She doesn't care if she's happy. She cares if her friends think she won. One group chat screenshot of someone's new boyfriend in Mykonos, and your entire relationship just got stress tested. Variable 4. Can I do better with 0 downside? This is the killer. In 2025, the answer is almost always yes. One swipe and she has 50 new options who haven't met the real her yet. Risk-free window shopping. Your grandfather never had to compete with that. These 4 lines run like background code on every date, every text thread, every girl's night. She doesn't sit there calculating. She just feels irritated, bored, or suddenly not ready, and has no idea a 300,000-year-old program just executed a silent command. I watched it destroy a buddy of mine last month. Marcus finally hit 8 figures after 12 years grinding. Bought his wife the exact G-Wagon she pinned for years. 2 weeks later, she filed. Her exact words in the divorce papers? I woke up one day and the spark was gone. Translation: variable 4 flipped from no to hell yes the second his value peaked and became predictable. The algorithm doesn't reward arrival. It rewards the chase. The second the hunt ends, you're furniture. But it gets darker. Because now add TikTok, OnlyFans, and unlimited orbiters into the code. And normal women are hitting dopamine levels caveman females only got once every 10 years when the tribe leader picked them. And you're competing with that high from your couch. Next, I'm going to show you the exact moment in 2025 when this background app went into permanent overdrive, and why the girl you're talking to right now is already halfway out the door even if she's sending heart emojis. Don't look away. Let me tell you about Ryan. Name changed, story 100% real, happened 4 months ago. Ryan spent 12 years building a logistics company out of his garage. His wife, let's call her Lauren, was there from day one. She worked a regular job, handled the house, posted the supportive "my man is grinding" stories while he pulled 90-hour weeks. Last quarter, the company finally exploded. 8-figure exit offer on the table. Ryan surprises her with the black G-Wagon she'd saved on a secret Pinterest board for 6 years. Keys and a bow, whole thing filmed for the memories. 11 days later, she's sitting in their kitchen telling him, I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore. I need to find myself. Translation: the second Ryan went from struggling provider to fully conquered. Variable 4 lit up like a slot machine that just hit jackpot. He was now officially replaceable by someone who still had the chase energy she's addicted to. She didn't leave because he changed. She left because he stopped changing. The algorithm no longer saw growth potential. It saw a finished level. Ryan showed me the texts the week before she dropped the bomb. She was still sending "I'm so proud of you, baby" and kissing emojis. Behind the scenes, she'd already reactivated her old Hinge profile and was getting 200 likes a day from guys who didn't know she existed when Ryan was broke. That's the cruelty of the 2025 update. The second you give her the fairy tale ending, the story ends for her. She doesn't want the castle. She wants the dragon still breathing fire. Ryan's still paying for that G-Wagon. She's driving it on dates with a 28-year-old DJ who lives in his mom's basement but gives her the butterflies. Her body now demands 24/7s. And every guy watching this knows at least one Ryan. But it gets even worse because social media didn't just raise the bar. It turned her validation system into a literal casino that pays out every time she posts a thirst trap, and 500 men flood the comments in under 2 minutes. Next, I'm going to show you exactly how OnlyFans and Instagram Reels broke women's dopamine circuits for good. And why the sweet girl you're talking to right now is already bored even though you haven't even met yet. Stay with me. This is where most men tap out. Imagine walking into a casino where every slot machine pays out on the first pull. No risk, no wait, just instant jackpot bells and lights. You'd be bankrupt in a week because your brain would rewire itself to need that hit every 30 seconds. That's exactly what Instagram Reels, TikTok, and OnlyFans did to female validation circuits starting around 2021, and by 2025, it's terminal. 10 years ago, a cute girl might get 40 likes on a photo and feel good for a day. Now the average 23-year-old gets 400 likes in 20 minutes just for blinking at the camera with a trending sound. The top 5% are pulling thousands of DMs a week, some making 6 figures a month showing their feet. Her brain didn't evolve for this flood. It was built for occasional validation from one high-status male in the tribe. Now she gets a stronger dopamine spike from a fire emoji under her story than from anything you could ever do in person. Result? Normal attention from a normal guy feels like withdrawal. Your "good morning beautiful" text hits the same reward center as stale bread after she just ate a 5-course meal of stranger validation. I watched it happen live to a girl I know. Her name's Sarah, sweet, church-raised, married her high school boyfriend. 2023, she starts posting gym reels. 2024, she's at 800K followers. 2025, she's divorced, moved to Miami, and dating a crypto guy who flies her private while 50,000 men a day tell her she's a goddess. Her ex still texts me screenshots of her stories with crying emojis. He gave her everything. The algorithm gave her God mode. And it's not just the influencers. Even the quiet girl at your job has 99 plus notifications waiting every time she opens Instagram. She's bored before you even say hi because your real-life presence can't compete with the digital harem in her pocket. That's why dates feel dead now. You're not competing against her ex. You're competing against an endless army of faceless simps who never sleep, never argue, and never ask her to split the bill. Next, I'm going to show you the exact 11-day collapse that went viral last month. The guy who finally opened up after she begged for 2 years. And how fast she ran once he did. You're not ready for how brutal this one is. Last month, a screenshot thread blew up on X. 2.4 million views in 48 hours. Names changed, but the chats are word for word. Alex and Mia had been together 2.5 years. She spent the entire relationship complaining he was emotionally unavailable. Closed off, like talking to a wall. Classic script. Every week. I just wish you'd open up and let me in. October 14th, he finally cracks. After his dad's funeral, he texts her a long voice note at 1 a.m. Tears, fears, childhood stuff, the works. First time he ever cried in front of her. Her reply, 3 heart emojis, and I'm here baby, so proud of you for sharing. 11 days later, she's gone. Day-by-day timeline from the leaked chats. Day 1 to 3. She's extra sweet, love-bombing hard. Day 4. Replies get shorter. Day 7. I need some space to process everything. Day 9. Scene zone for 14 hours straight. Day 11. Breakup text at 2:13 p.m. I realized I need someone who's already whole. Seeing you vulnerable made me question if you can really protect me long term. I'll always care about you. Translation. The second he handed her the keys to his walls, the algorithm reclassified him from strong mysterious provider to emotional project. Attraction flatlined overnight. 2 weeks later, she's posting gym thirst traps with captions like healing era. Comments flooded with orbiters. Calling her queen. Alex is still paying for the vacation they had booked. This isn't rare. It's the default setting now. She didn't want his feelings. She wanted proof that the feelings were locked behind a vault only she could open. The moment the vault doors swung wide, the mystery died and so did desire. That's the trap 99% of men fall into in 2025. Thinking opening up equals deeper connection. In her operating system, it usually equals instant demotion. And the worst part? She never admit that's why she left. Her brain rewrites history in real time. He just wasn't strong enough for me. Next, I'm going to show you the single most viral text message screenshot of the year, the one that woke up millions of guys in one night, and the exact moment the entire game became undeniable. You still with me? Good. Because this is the part where most men either level up forever or log off and cope. Last week, a single screenshot hit X and racked up 11 million views in 4 days. One frame, no caption needed. Everyone instantly knew. Here's what it showed. A girl, let's call her Kayla, texting her boyfriend of 8 months at 3:42 a.m. Kayla, baby, quick question. If we broke up tomorrow, would you be completely destroyed or just kind of sad for a bit? He answers honestly at 3:47 a.m. Honestly, I'd be crushed. You're my favorite part of every day. She leaves him on read for 9 hours. At 12:51 p.m., the next day she sends the breakup paragraph. I think we want different things. I need someone who's on their own mission and doesn't need me to feel whole. 11 million guys read that and felt the exact same punch in the chest. Because every single one of us has lived a version of that chat. She didn't ask because she was curious. She asked because the algorithm ran its nightly scan and needed fresh data on how replaceable she is. His honest answer, showing emotional investment, instantly dropped his value from high-status mystery to backup plan. The second he admitted she was his favorite part of the day, the software tagged him expendable. 2 days later, she's on a date with a guy who replied to the same question with, laugh out loud, I'd be on a plane to Bali by sunset. She posted the boarding pass with the caption, finally feels right. That's the 2025 extraction protocol running at full speed. Test how hooked he is. If the answer is very, downgrade immediately. Replace with someone who still has options and outcome independence. No hate, no malice, just code executing. And the craziest part? Kayla probably cried real tears writing that breakup text. She genuinely believes she deserves someone more emotionally mature. The program protects itself by rewriting reality the moment it runs. That screenshot is now the #1 saved image in half the men's group chats on the planet. Because every guy saw his own tombstone in it. We're not in the dating game anymore. We're in a live fire exercise against software that updates faster than we can learn the rules. But there's one final truth coming that turns the whole thing upside down and decides whether you keep playing on nightmare mode or delete the app forever. Last section coming. Drop a 1 in the comments if you've seen that exact test run on you before. You've seen the code now, 4 variables. Endless validation casino, 11-day collapses, the 3 a.m. replacement test. And here's the part nobody says out loud. The machine isn't broken. It's working perfectly. It was never designed for your happiness, for loyalty, for growing old together. It was designed to keep her bloodline alive in a world that no longer exists. We removed every real risk, pregnancy danger, starvation, tribal warfare, but we never uninstalled the software. So now it just runs wild, extracting attention instead of food, status instead of protection, options instead of commitment. And the final truth that 99% of men will never accept: you cannot negotiate with the algorithm. You cannot love it into changing. You cannot logic it into fairness. You have exactly 2 moves left. Option 1. Learn the game at expert level. Become the guy whose value keeps rising, who stays slightly out of reach, who triggers the "can I do better?" variable in your favor instead of against you. It's possible. A tiny percentage of men do it and live like kings. But it's a cold, exhausting way to live. And one slip, one moment of real vulnerability, 1 week of neediness, and the software deletes you anyway. Option 2. Opt out. Delete the app. Walk away from the casino. Build a life so strong that needing female validation feels like needing cigarettes. Optional. Expensive and bad for your health. Most men scream, "That's impossible." Then go back to sending paragraphs at 2 a.m. The guys who quietly choose option 2? They're the ones you see a year later absolutely glowing. Business is up, body transformed, calm as hell, 0 drama. Because the second you stop feeding the machine, it loses power over you. So here's the red button. Push it right now and accept reality. She's not yours, it's just your turn. Unless you refuse to take a turn at all. Or keep scrolling, keep coping, keep wondering why your perfect on paper approach keeps ending with the same screenshot. The choice is yours. But the clock on your phone just hit another minute, and somewhere a notification just pinged, and the algorithm is still running. Comment 1 if you're pushing the red button today. Comment 2 if you're still scared to see what's on the other side. Either way, now you know. Peace. You just watched the whole thing. No pauses, no skips. That means the code already recognized itself inside every relationship you've ever had. The ex who left when you finally won. The situationship that died the week you said, "I love you," first. The wife who suddenly needed space the month your income 10x'd. All of it now makes perfect, brutal sense. And the craziest part? Tomorrow morning she'll wake up, scroll reels, feel a tiny itch of boredom, and have zero idea that a 300,000-year-old program just queued you for deletion. You can't fix her. You can't patch the software. You can only decide what game you're playing from this second forward. So I'll leave you with the only question that actually matters in 2025. When your phone lights up at 2:17 a.m., tomorrow with her name, will you still reach for it like a slot machine handle? Or will you finally let the screen go black and walk away from the casino for good? The red button is still right there. Push it, close the app, and go build the kind of life that makes her algorithm irrelevant. See you on the other side, kings. Now check the comments. Count the ones. That's how many men just chose freedom tonight.